the impact. They were bounced off the higher target and be caught by nets. That didn't happen one day. They actually missed the nets, and on top of that, the jet charge was still going, so the missile was bouncing along towards the shore and be caught by nets, which caused that didn't happen one day. Major dysentery. They actually missed the nets across the whole place, and on top of that, the jet charge was still going, so the missile bouncing along towards the shore and be caught by nets. Which caused that didn't happen. Major dysentery. They actually missed the nets, and on top of that, the jet charge was still going. So yeah, it was zero anymore. But outside every cause, that didn't happen. Major dysentery. There was a blast missed the nets facing out, and on top of that, the jet charge was constantly went into it.
a psychiatric patient, even a member of the royal family have been linked to the killings. But not one suspect has ever been placed at a single murder site.
Very many of
a psychiatric patient, even a member of the royal family have been linked to the killings.
There never was a suspect that functioned practically. There never was anything that tied any one of them very much to any of the murders.
Over the years, evidence emerged that claimed to prove his identity. All have been quickly discredited. A diary confessing to the murders was a forgery. Medical records implicating a doctor were secretly altered. And recent DNA evidence from a shawl could be linked to 95% of the population. After more than a century of searching, the identity of the Ripper was no nearer a solution. Yet Christer Holmgren was convinced that if the killer was to be found, he would be hidden amongst the army of ordinary men living in Whitechapel.
Actually, we know that most killers of this type are people who have a propensity to melt into the woodwork. You don't see them, you don't realize them, you don't think that they would have done it.
Applied criminologist Dr. Gareth Norris has compiled a profile of the killer. He agrees he would have been an unremarkable local man.
It's very interesting to go back and examine these cases and to try and work out in a very methodical way the type of person who may have committed these crimes. We can start to understand what is he doing, where is he going, and how does he know how to select his victims. The pivotal thing is the geography of the crimes. It's that somebody who has intimate knowledge of that area to not only identify where he will locate his victims, but it's also very easy for him to escape. So my profile suggests somebody who lives locally. He was somebody who was able to fit in quite easily. He was able to go about his business. Certainly as somebody who had reason really to be out in the streets at that time, and wouldn't have seemed out of place at that time.
In the century since the Ripper killings, criminologists have developed a much clearer understanding of the kind of men who commit serial murder. They're known to develop their violent urges in childhood, but often suppress them well into adulthood.
One of the things that we often find amongst serial killers is that they live very kind of troubled backgrounds. Certainly, he would have had some kind of underlying pathology. These were well thought out fantasies, which generally take a long time to develop. This was somebody who was potentially older, so it's probably someone in their mid to late 30s, perhaps even up to early 40s.
Buried in the evidence collected by the police, there is a man who fits this profile. Crucially, the records show he was found at the scene of one of the killings, but he was never a suspect. For Christer Holmgren, the breakthrough lay in the details of the extraordinary murder of the Ripper's second victim, Polly Nichols, and in the baffling circumstances that helped create the Ripper legend. The phantom killer with an apparently supernatural ability to evade capture.
At the inquest into the Polly Nichols murder, the coroner said that it was nothing less than astonishing that the killer had managed to escape, given the circumstances.
Nichols was killed on Bucks Row, a long narrow street mostly overlooked by terraced houses and with no immediate escape routes. Just 15 minutes before Polly Nichols was killed, a policeman passed the murder site on his regular beat. The street was deserted. At both ends of Bucks Row, 2 other policemen passed every half hour, and there were several night watchmen within earshot. It seemed impossible for the killer to escape. Yet buried within contemporary newspaper reports of the discovery of Nichols' body, Christer believes he has worked out how he did it.
The picture we have of the Polly Nichols murder today is not the way it panned out at the time. When we take a look at the original paper articles, we can see that nobody had the correct picture of things.
At the first day of the public inquest into Nichols' death, the police described how they had found the body.
The newspaper articles that are all very similar in describing what had happened. A policeman, PC John Neal, had found a body. And that was it until the next day, when something exploded in the face of the police.
The explosion took the form of a sensational newspaper interview that hit the streets of Whitechapel.
He knows some people
A man called
because,
Robert
you know,
Paul.
he knows other YouTubers who have these fucking big mansions. That'd be great. But I'd have to find, like, I mean, I could try it at least for a week and see if it works. Maybe one girl coming today, but maybe not. Strike, who knows? Fake strike. Alright, yo. What's up, guys? Alright, I just had to delete the bot real quick. You know, motherfucker dodge that strike. Who knows? Fake strike? I don't know. But, alright. What's going on, guys? Let's continue at it, then. What is this? We're triggering Jenna. Ice Page, let me see. Motherfucking no upper lip. Andy is harassment, by the way. You're a fucking partner on that on Twitch, so you're gonna get that shit stripped away from you. You're gonna get banned, actually, for harassment. Like, you better watch out, man, for real. But, hey, that's funny as shit. Let me see. Rip. What is it? Oh. Dude, Sam has got the most fucked up back I've ever seen in my life, but that's kind of funny, dude. Paul, go on a sugar daddy site and get a date tonight. Well, I got maybe one girl coming today, but maybe not. We'll see. If not, I could go on a sugar daddy thing. That'd be interesting. But let's see. Instead of a streamer house, about a 1 month Airbnb. Yeah, I'll get kicked out. Andy, I was thinking about that. I will get kicked out of an Airbnb so fast, mainly because the viewers are gonna find where, like, they're gonna find the Airbnb ad, and then they're gonna tell the owner of the Airbnb, and then I'm gonna get kicked out. So, you know, I was thinking about Airbnbs, but I don't know, dude, because I really like the 24-hour stream idea with, like, people, so there's always, you know, something going on in my community, always a stream on, so, because I know I see it all the time, people on Reddit are like, there's no streams live, we're fucking bored, what do we do? And I want to keep 24-hour streams going in this community, but I, you know, obviously I'm a human being, I can't stay up for fucking 24 hours every day, but I can still be, you know, I can, even when I'm not streaming, I can still go help those guys, you know, create content and stuff on their own streams, and I don't know, Airbnb will get kicked out immediately, but we'll see, I don't know, but I mean, I could try it at least for a week and see if it works, but I don't know. Let me see. Petition for ICE for a duo, Mexican Andy and Brandon, to try to get Andy laid stream. It'd be hilarious watching them pick up girls together. Well, Brandon's actually going to start, I think he's going to stream today, actually, so when I'm doing my stream, I'll host him afterward, and I think that'd be a good idea as well. I mean, Mexican Andy, he made like 5K. He could just tell girls, he just needs to take out his 5 racks and go tell the girls, and that's all he needs to do, so. And then he'll get girls.
Streamer tax $400 a month and pay for expenses out of pocket. Nobody under 18 weekly anti-SSG festival attendance must jerk off pepper.
I mean, I don't know about that, but maybe. Who knows? Thank you, dude. That's a good idea, actually. Let me see. What is this? ICE ruined my life. I need donations ASAP. My family cut me off because of Cam and Andy and ICE, and my daughter is getting threatened to be killed. Where's the money? No, your family cut you off because you're a drug addict. I mean, let's be real, dude. Come on, lady. Like, get the fuck out of my face. But, you know, whatever. You're fun. She's funny. She's like the typical LA person, dude, okay? This is why this city fucking is toxic as hell. Because the majority of people in the city are like this woman, okay? Like honestly, they're very much like they lie to themselves, and they lie about all the clout that they have, and they just try to, you know, get up on the fucking social ladder, and then, you know, suck any dick that comes their way, and do any drug that comes their way. Like, that's just the way it is, man. Let me see. Petition for ICE to walk the Andes around Hollywood. Dude, I had a better idea. I want to do a stream where I get a bunch of stream snipers, and we go around dressed up as Brother Banks, and we do some blessings to the general public. I think that'd be great. But I'd have to find like 50 people willing to shave their head like Brother Banks, because I ain't doing it. I ain't shaving I'm afraid if I shave my hair, it's not gonna come back, okay? My shit's already starting to fade away. Like, I need my hair. I will neck if I lose my hair. So, not really, but I mean, like, nah, fuck that. But, you know, we'll see, dude. I don't know how many. I mean, yesterday we found 2 people in the garden willing to shave their head like that, so I don't know. Maybe we get like little stickers or something, but who knows?
but fuck with an escort again. It's been too long. Have her teach Mexican Andy how to kiss girls or something? I don't know.
I mean, escorts are always funny content, but you know, we don't. Not right now. Backpage shut down, so I'd have to find one. What is this?
Next 1 hour, I'll donate $100.
Okay, I won't say that word. Thank you, man. Where's your Rolex? On the table over there. So, this is a good music video, dude.
Where's your Rolex?
I can't tell where the journey will end.
Thank you, dude. It's a great song. All right. Could the CX Army, by the way, help starving child that goes by the name of Ruben Soul? What is this? What is this, dude? Ruben, what are you doing? Why are you posting this fucking shit, dude? That's fun. That's kind of funny, but I mean, why? Like, fucking, dude, come back to LA, dude. Why the fuck did you move to Vegas? Or did I say it? I don't know. Listen, come back to Vegas, dude. Had sex with Trump's son, is in the Illuminati, delusional, bimbo, knows a lot of billionaires. Wow, IQ lower than Mexican Andy's, calls out ICE on all his. By the way, Mexican Andy's pretty smart, by the way. I mean, he made 5K in one day. Can you do that? Fooled ICE. Okay, fooled me. Like, dude, I saw right through her shit. I just tried to talk with her because I tried to talk some sense into her. I don't know. It was kind of funny. Said she will sue ICE, not a MILF. Must be delusional bimbo Corrine. Dude, this woman is ridiculous. Oh my god, this woman is retarded. He probably just went live, but I don't know. Maybe not. What do you mean what happened? He probably literally just went live, but I don't know. Who knows? Pizza Time hates his new name and will turn off chat when he's called Pizza Time. He's not going to be able to eat pizza or look at pizza anymore, dude. Let's see. What happened to the... Okay, listen, dude. Why do you post this over and over? I see this at least once a week, dude. Upvote to demand answers from ICE. Like, you clearly don't watch the stream if you don't know the answers to all these questions. Okay, the camping stream... if I'm going to do a camping stream, I want to do it in the middle of the forest. I can't find a forest that has decent internet that's not near a city. So the camping stream is on hold until I find a forest.
Say, dude, for 1 hour, I'll donate $100, and 3 seconds later, you said, dude, you're starting to remind me of Mexican Andy.
No, listen, bro, I'm not going to say that word anymore. The spring break stream, well, that didn't happen because, I don't remember what happened, but I think I was finding a new house or something. The Bachelor stream, I told you that didn't happen because I couldn't find 5 girls who were willing to do it that weren't going to flake on me. The streamer house, obviously, that's not up to me. That's up to Steve Jobs in finding the sponsors to pay for the house. But I'm in the process of just doing it myself and paying for the streamer house out of my own money or out of my own pocket. I just need other people to chip in because I can't afford... you know, motherfucking $80,000 deposit. So I'm working on ways to do the streamer house, but I'm not a millionaire, so it's not easy to find people who are willing to move in with me, deal with all the bullshit that comes with moving in with me, and can you know make and pay for good rent with me. So I don't know, it's harder than you think. Yeah, I've already seen this. This is old shit, man. We've already seen this. Although Sam said he's helping me get a sponsor. Okay, Sam said he knows some people because, you know, he knows other YouTubers who have these fucking big mansions that they use for content. Usually companies pay for those, and it's not the YouTubers paying for those. Like, I'm probably the only fucking person on YouTube who actually pays their own rent. Most of these guys live in a house that a company pays for. As a sponsor. And Sam says he knows some of those guys and he's going to help me out with getting me a sponsor to do that since he knows all those guys and knows all those YouTubers and shit. So, yeah, thank you, partner, for the sponsor. Dude, appreciate it. So, if Sam actually gets us a sponsor there, hey, fucking, you can never hate on his ass. Like, he's fucking helping us out so much, dude. And he's also helping me on my merch as well. So, Hawaii this week, Vegas last week. I heard he's planning a 2-week vacation to the Bahamas when next month 20% comes in. Hey, I think he's coming back from Hawaii today, though, so we'll be seeing him. I think he'll be in town today. Yeah, thank you, pardon. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. So, dude, he was in Hawaii for... never mind, but...
Used to care about the quality of your streams. Now 80% of resident sleeper Reddit recaps. Rest in peace, Florida Ice.
I mean, Florida Ice was playing RuneScape for 4 hours a day.
Mexican Andy is
I mean,
Mexican Andy.
if you want that, Saturday or Sunday.
Mexican Andy is fat.
If you want that, Saturday or Sunday, you come watch the stream then, and then it'll be like the Florida streams. Let me see. I should do a form a nomadic tribe.
Invite bunnies for music video with DBZ. Also, Marie is bored as fuck, so rent an RV for a week and go camping to Yosemite or somewhere. Keep up the great streams, bro.
Apparently people don't want me to go on the road trip now, but we'll see. That's actually a good idea. Dude, what if I went on a 30-day journey with as many stream snipers as possible, and then we'll see who's still with us by the end of the 30-day journey. Like, I'm not even fucking around, dude. Like, we could go and, I don't know, go to like Africa or something, dude. I mean, anyone who can afford, I mean, let's be real, no one can afford to fly themselves out to Africa. And then, like, most people have jobs and shit, and go to school and shit. Like, what am I thinking? Never mind. I was gonna say, go to Africa with like 50 stream snipers, and then we travel the land, and like, with llamas and shit, and we, see, just, I don't know, we create like a tribe and shit. But that's not gonna work out, dude. Like, who the hell can just drop everything they're doing and go to Africa with me, right? I mean, we could do it and, like, we could walk around, like, walk across the country or something, but, I don't know. I think that'll get old after the first 3 days, to be honest. Let me see. Okay, I'm not getting evicted from this place, by the way.
Makers and start the CX cult and have people dress as monks and worship Brother Banks, and yes, Banks gets triggered by the Brother Banks thing, homie cheese.
Dude, I want to do that. I'm just afraid I won't make my money back, dude. Because maybe I will. Maybe I need to just take fucking risks and just do it instead of worrying about this shit. Do it in the Nevada desert? Yeah, well, there's no internet in the Nevada desert, dude, so I can't really do it there. I'm not actually getting evicted from this place, not yet at least. Okay, they gave me a warning for the garden thing. They're like, yo, stop the garden shit. It's like stupid and like it's making a mess. And so I stopped the garden thing, so I'm okay right now. So I'm gonna stay a little bit low key with like having motherfuckers stay in my garden and shit for a little bit until I figure out what I'm gonna do without getting evicted.
I own my own business, making 7 figures in revenue a year. Fuck it, dude. Let's go to Africa.
What?
I said pull up the test channel on stream. It's pretty cool.
Pull up the test channel. All right, let's pull up the test channel. Hold on. Ice
Breaking
was
news.
50
stream snipers killed by malaria.
Dude, could you imagine? Okay, hold on. The test channel. Okay, so this is the 360 cam on the test channel. So basically, you can take your mouse and you scroll it.
Ignorant people on this planet. Honestly, you long, skinny, retarded, stupid hair, small pen. Stop talking about Africa as if it's some garbage continent. You have no idea. In fact, you're a virgin.
Listen, we would go to listen, bro, we would go to Niger or like fucking Cambodia, dude. And yes, Cambodia, Niger, all those areas are not good areas. Like, okay, South Africa is nice, but that's about it. All right, so if we do any more like garden streams, we'll use this camera right here. So I'm pretty sure, hold on, let me pull up on my phone. If you pull up a 360 stream on your phone, I'm pretty sure you can, or if you have a VR helmet, you can put on a VR helmet and like look around and shit, or like just move your phone and it will move. Hold on. Let's see, let me just test it real quick, because I've not, like, nobody actually streams in 360 since like, the quality looks like shit, okay? 360 streams look like shit, but, it doesn't have to look good, you know what I mean? Like, oh, it looks way better on the phone, actually. Oh, dude, that's cool. All right, look at this shit. Okay, look at this. Let me show you. So if we did a 360 stream, how do I do this? You can move the fucking phone around like that, and you can like see different areas. So that's pretty cool. Like, I don't know, that's pretty dope actually, dude. Yeah, it's just like VR, dude. Look at that. So if you had like a VR helmet and shit, you could just like be in the garden with Mexican Andy or some bullshit. So, or you could just use your finger to scroll it. Nice. All right. So that's next level shit right there.
I pulled up on you and you was not gonna do anything. Wow. Can't believe you allowed him to even disrespect you. No girl will ever take you serious. I'm joking. I'm not. You skinny asshole.
So, alright, so that's the future right there. We got that. That's some cool ass shit. Alright, I don't even know. What are you talking about? Listen, that's old ass fucking drama, so why are you bringing... You rent a house in Bakersville, 1500, land in a house. Yeah, but Bakersville is a place that nobody ever wants to fucking live. Yes, alright, let's keep on going, dude. Petition for ICE to cut his hair like Brother Banks to show...
I have a mansion in a gated guarded community 45 minutes from LA. Come through, we will get Playboy bitches here every day.
Message me on Twitter, or message Jacob on Twitter, and let's talk, if that's actually the case. Bro.
Roll this and find a fucking ghetto ass bottom of the barrel house that's for rent. Offer the owner double his listing price. Fill it up with bunk beds and charge snipers $100 a night like a hustle. You would make money easily. Run TTS throughout the house. Donation was a bitch.
Yeah, but if I want to do that, I want it to be near me, right? No one's gonna watch Stream Snipers from like that are like an hour away. They want to. Am I right or am I wrong? If we do these Stream Sniper fucking like prove yourself streams, they have to be near me, right? Like they have to be within my general area to be like so it's like so they're relevant to where I am and shit, right? Like I don't know, am I right or am I wrong? Like no one's gonna watch random fucking people in a house like an hour away. I don't think it's the same thing. Whoa, yo, what's up, Brew? Thanks for the $50, dude. Holy shit. Thank you, dude. I fucking love you, dog. That's fucking awesome. Last donation was a bitch. Don't even worry about that. But thank you, yo, dude. Thank you very much, Brew. It's really nice of you for the 50, man. Yeah, I'll cut my. You know what? I'll cut my hair like this, but we have to reach 1 million subscribers because I really don't want to cut my hair like this. So if we reach 1 million subscribers, I'll cut my hair like this. Even if even if it takes a few months to do it, you know what I mean? We'll do that.
For my 2 years of watching you. You taught me not to give a fork about what people think about me. Always love you, Ice. Scuff J starts to charge your welfare food stamps.
Hey, that's all that matters. You should never give a fuck.
$1,000.
Dance to walk it like I talk it. I don't know how to dance, dude. Listen, if you donate $50 first, I'll do the dance, okay? How about that? No content anywhere, which makes Andy was still streaming. That says a lot. Hey, you've got Greek playing Star Wars. I mean, what else is there to ask for, dude? Fucking, listen, he probably just went live. Here, let's see. He probably literally just went live, dude. So let's see, dude. Hold on. And he was also playing Star Wars, which is a shit game. Yeah, I mean, dude, he was like 10K viewers. Yikes. No, I'm just kidding. Dude, he's playing like I've never even heard of that game. So he's playing some shit. Obviously, if you play some shit-ass game, you're gonna get 5K viewers. Like, it's like he's playing some shit-ass Star Wars game, dude. So, I mean, I don't know. Voltasat get down from there? Yeah, fucking 9/11. Real funny, dude. New Andy appearing this season. Who is this? Okay, dude. Stop. I don't want to... fuck this guy. You're utterly stupid if you financially support someone who sleeps 14 hours a day, is on their phone 24/7, and still can't give a timed update to their fans. Damn, that's a really negative way of thinking. You got to think a little bit more positive. I would have to say this: if you enjoy the things I create and the content I provide and the content that this community provides, then you should help find. I mean, you don't have to. You shouldn't. You shouldn't if you don't want to. But if you want to help, throw in some financial support, that's not like a negative thing. It's not a bad thing, dude. Like, yeah, I sleep fucking 14 hours a day sometimes, but you know what? At the same time, I work hard to try to give you guys as much content as possible, even when I'm not streaming. So, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's a negative thing. You know what I mean? Because obviously, if people are financially supportive, I can do things like buy a 360 camera and rent out like an office space to do these kind of shit. Like, you know what I mean? So you're thinking about it in a really negative way. Brother Banks has blessed militia boys. TTD CX major content. Okay, thank you, dude. Okay, listen. I'm gonna say this because the people
water is healthy. Water is healthy. Water.
I don't drink water. I drink GG subs. Listen. Because the people on live stream fails seem to think that I'm an idiot. But I don't think I'm that much of an idiot. Obviously, I don't want to get evicted from anywhere. But at the same time, I'm trying to provide interesting content. Yes, putting a Mexican in my garden and having him blast text-to speech is probably not a good idea. But, you know, I think it's good content. Not the text-to-speech part, but putting him in my garden. I think it's interesting content. Maybe not good content, but interesting. And yes, I'm willing to take the risk of getting evicted for the sake of my stream and creating content that's interesting and different. You may think, like, maybe I'm an idiot. Maybe I'm stupid as fuck. I agree with you. I allow people to come to my house. I'm a stupid fuck. But you know what? You have to make sacrifices when you invest your time in this shit. And getting evicted is sometimes just a sacrifice. Because I've come to the conclusion after experimenting with the garden shit that people like these 24-hour fucking streams that are like side stories to my main stream. So now that I've experimented with that and I've discovered that, now it's time to go and play off that and make it better. Like, you know what I mean? So, I mean, obviously I'm not trying to bother my neighbors, but, you know, sometimes shit happens, dude. Like, fuck it. Like, I'm not an idiot. I know this. I'm just doing what I think is good for the stream, because my entire life at the moment is my stream. It's not anything more or anything less. You know what I mean? So it's okay. Never trust Pizza Buddy. What is this? Wow, Chief, how'd you get that? Serial killer? Found him in this room. He was watching Pizza Time. Okay, dude, that's some funny ass shit. What is this? I used to be teaching Mexican Andy very well. Mexican Andy manipulated me. He promised to set me up with donations for the hickey. He lied. He got thousands of donations. He gave me nothing but grief. How about this? And I'll make the promise to you, girl. If you suck Mexican Andy's dick, I'll personally help you set you up with donations. Bro, I will give you $1,000 if you suck his dick, okay? How about that? I will personally give you $1,000 fucking dollars, but you have to suck his dick and swallow his cum, okay? Like, talking about, oh, for the hick, I gave him a hickey, so I deserve all this shit. Like, you don't deserve shit, okay? You're a fucking manipulator.
Streams are 10x better than cable.
Fuck cable.
Keep the good work and keep evolving the community. The characters right now are awesome with Sam and Reformed Brandon amongst others. Looking forward to Fear Factor 2 boy. Did you see the clip of you almost killing Chad and Sam? If you haven't, I suggest you look at it and consider changing your driving habits. Someone else could have been holding the phone and shit while you drive. One day you will kill someone and regret it. How much would I have to donate to smoke?
Okay, I'm not driving anymore.
I'd like to get to know what type of guy you are.
Listen, I won't drive anymore, okay? I've learned my lesson after watching that clip, okay?
You're often late and are bad at updates. I still love you.
Well, thank you, man. That's all that matters, then, I guess. Petition for ICE to stop making promises that he can't keep. Okay, UFCX will come when the moment's right. Bachelor, yeah, I tried to make it work, but it wasn't working. Streamer House takes some time. Camping Stream, already told. Dude, you guys are so, like, dude, just literally just... It'll come when the time is right, okay? At least you've got something to look forward to. The shit will come when the shit comes. Like, come on.
How about you give me 1K, and I find a chick on Backpage to suck his dong for like $100.
Well, Backpage is shut down, so that's not gonna work anymore. But alright, so let me see. What is this? You can't hide. What is this?
Of shit that is beginning to poke out of your ass prior to reaching a toilet. Turtle heads are generally dealt
What are you saying?
Careful restriction of this finger.
Alright, thank you, dude. You're saying some random shit. Listen, what is this?
What do they say? You just gotta
Hey, Ice, if you do another 24-hour stream, you should give those guys that wear in the garden first dibs. I feel bad.
I agree. I feel bad for them too.
Okay, that's like it's like a smiley face is what that is. Yeah, it's like a smiley face. CX.
Hey,
this dude that I know.
Just tried out the 360 stream with a VR headset.
Yeah, hey.
It's pretty damn cool.
Maybe I'll do a stream where I put on my face and I walk around and y'all can do some. We can do some VR streams together. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Bork, for the sponsor.
You recognize me.
I don't recognize you, but thank you for the $3, dude. Keep donating, and one day I will. I fucking love you, dude.
See,
thank you, though.
What I mean. Yo, I was playing Fortnite with my 2K Andy, okay, and like there were none of you dudes here. Like I'm just being honest with you guys, all right? Like, you just weren't here, and now you are. Why are you here? Like, this is, what the hell, bro? God damn it, dude. I'm so mad at you guys, man.
Pamster, it's like almost 1400.
Less than 3.
Thank you, Dex, man. I love you, dude. Well, no shit, Mitch. Nobody, like, dude, fucking Fortnite is not as interesting as IRL, dude. Alright, so, that's the Reddit. I think I went through most of the good shit here.
Copenhagen, Denmark, and live streaming nightlife. We barely have any laws when it comes to alcohol, so shit's always going down.
Yeah, that's not funny. Yeah, I don't think I ever want to go to the fucking Copenhagen, but maybe one day. I'll see motherfucking, what's his face? Bjorn, dude. That'd be great. Alright, great shit. Good Reddit recap. Alright, let's get EBZ in here and let's get this, this music video rolling, so hold on. And let me get some more GG, so hold up. Alright, EBZ. Where are you? Where do you go? How was your stream?
Great, dude. Great stream.
Oh yeah, I saw you got almost 1,000 viewers.
It's like averaging 500.
What's that?
It's averaging 500.
How many subs you got? Dude, okay. Nice. Oh yeah, dude. George came, I saw.
Yeah.
Fuck George.
I talked to George for a while.
Dude, fuck George. Chill him in for like 5 minutes.
I should have.
They told me to ditch him last time you ran up on me.
Dude, fuck George, dude.
Okay, so
Where the fuck did EBZ go?
No.
I don't know.
Oh, what else is here? I mean, Jim.
I feel like he did. He'll come in when he comes in, then. Alright, EBZ, I think he just went to the car or something. I don't know. Let's go check. Let's see. Where the fuck did he go? He wants to do the music video today, so we'll see. Hold on. EBZ. Why is Jim Carrey in my living room? Oh, that's funny, though. Where the hell did he go? Where is he? He was just in my living room. Oh, he's across the street. Alright, he's coming back then. He'll be here in like 5 minutes. He's across the street. Alright, so in that case, let me check my phone real quick. Let's see if that girl got back at me. Because it's just she wanted to come over, so I'm down to have her come over. Stop spamming Cam too. It doesn't exist. That meme's not even funny. It's not even funny, chat. Come on.
You should never drive again, and I'm completely serious. This is not a fucking joke.
Yeah, I agree with you. I probably won't drive anymore, dude, to be honest with you.
Invite bunnies for music video in the chat. Bunnies for music video.
Good point. Well, when he gets back here, we'll see what his vision is, and we'll go from there, dude, and we'll see how it all is. All right, so let's oh man. But yeah, that's cool. So May 12th, I want to do the Fear Factor, so that'll be good. So you can get ready for that. Coggins. Oh, let me message Coggins. Did you make I need somebody to make me a RuneScape Twitter poster here, dude. Hold on, let me see if Coggins has made me anything here.
Josh, you watching? That's Josh.
Make me a RuneScape Twitter poster promo. Getting most donations. Oh, I don't know why I'm so tired today. I'm not really tired. My eyes are heavy. I just, I'm drinking. This is my like third fucking thing of GG, and that's not good because there's so much caffeine in it, and it's gonna make me crazy. Alright, sure. Alright, cool shit. Alright, so when he gets here, we'll talk about that. So the Fear Factor we got going, all good. What kind of vision do you guys think we should have for this music video?
Got a live view. You can borrow my live view for Fear Factor to have a dual cam stream set up. /cam2 to activate second camera.
Asian Andy, stop it, dude. Don't do that. Stop it. It's not funny. Oh, by the way, what did y'all think about the new editor? Let's go check it out real quick. Hold on. Alright, so this video that was released, this is the first video that the editor has done. What did y'all think about it? If you watched it. Was it good? Was it bad? I need criticisms, okay? Because I need him to do, like, if you think it was bad, tell him why. If you think it was good, tell him why. We need to know, like, how to make it better, dude. I thought it was good. There's a lot of people were complaining there's too many jump cuts, but I think that's a good thing because we have to accommodate to ADHD, okay? Like new viewers who don't know who I am or what my community is all about, they are ADHD as fuck, and they're gonna lose interest in about 30 seconds if we can't keep their mind interested. So, you know, obviously the jump cuts are necessary for new viewers, and then also the memes that he added and shit like that. I thought it was really good. So obviously he didn't add the chat. I talked to him about it, and we're gonna add the chat for the next video. But yeah, I mean, I think he's, you know, this is the first video, he's gonna work on it, and it's gonna be good. I mean, he edits for a lot of other big YouTube channels, so I think this guy, like, he knows how to, like, tag videos and shit.
This link looks like Nikki taught her up on that Bumble app.
Only care about new viewers? Well, I mean, that's what the fucking highlight videos are marketed to, so, I mean, not only, but, I mean, that's what they're marketed to, so.
Shut the F up about Hess driving, it was one mistake, he was in a rush and dice. I'm going to bring you some Addies tomorrow.
No, I don't need any. I don't want any fucking Addy. What's this? Did Nikita actually hit her up on Bumble? Could you imagine, dude?
Setting right now, but fuck it, dude.
Could you imagine? I don't think Nikita would ever date Caroline, dude. I just feel like the backlash that he would receive, like right? Like, I don't know. That would be so weird. Like, it would be. I don't think it'd be good. I don't think he would want to be the guy to, like, go with her, you know what I mean? But I don't know. It is kind of funny though. Okay, hold on. All right, he's here then. Yo, let's talk about this. Let's do it.
Let's do it. You have a chair?
Yeah, bring the chair in from the kitchen, the big black one.
You need to cut your fucking hair. You look like the mother holdout dot just saying dot cx in the chat. Boys, shout out to the Discord lifers.
Dude, my hair is fine, dude. I like having fucking messy ass hair. It's fine, dude. Alright, EBZ. EBZ.
About to get interviewed by the guy, the man himself, man.
Alright, EBZ, let's talk about this. So what is your vision for the Purple Army music video?
Oh man, this is gonna be awesome.
For those who don't know, we already have a song, but now we need to make the video.
Yes, can I put this somewhere?
Yeah, you just put it wherever.
Let's see.
You just put it on the table if you want.
What is my vision? Let's see. Crow Boys, remember this one? So, actually, disconnect this shit. So, the video begins with,
Let me make the donations so we can both hear them.
All right, let me grab
There you go.
a book. Should be a book around here.
A book?
Yeah, I wrote a book.
You wrote a book? Okay. He's prepared. He wrote a whole book. A fucking director's edition, dude.
You know, it's hot like it is here. I'm like sweating and shit.
Oh yeah, it's hot in here.
Yeah, give me a towel, please. Some kind of.
Wait, you're sweating that bad?
I need to wipe my head. I can't be on camera looking like.
All right, hold on. Here, take a seat.
These hats are lit.
I don't have any towel, but here's a clean shirt.
Okay, that works. Yes, thank you very much. I feel pressure. As we were saying, what's my idea?
What's your vision and idea?
So check this out, right? Check this out. So when the video starts,
What is this, dude? That's funny.
gosh, it's hot. When the video starts, is Brandon Hampton coming?
I mean, what's your vision? He can come if you want him to.
Okay, bet. Cool. So the video, you know how they had the monk conversation in the garage the other day, right? You know how they were over there in the garage baptizing each other?
$150 per video. All right, so what were you saying?
You know how they were baptizing the monks in the garden a few nights ago? Okay,
Yeah.
So I imagine it starts with you baptizing some monks, right?
Some like Brother Banks.
Yeah, some Brother Banks. And then I imagined there's a black man in front. I imagined the two guys who had their heads shaved already. Do you remember we had? You weren't here, but two gentlemen had their heads shaved.
Okay.
So I imagined them standing in the middle of the circle with all of us around it, or a lot of people around. The camera pans in because the instrumental, like when you listen to it, you know, there's this sound in the beginning, which is pretty cool. Camera pans, shows us two guys. After it shows us two guys, it shows me. It shows me with bags, you know, on the streets.
Is that TV shit any good? I sent for samples in the fucking envelope.
Yes, it's the best ever. Has nootropics. It's like it's good shit for your brain. So, so okay, so it pans in.
So camera song begins. You hear the sound of the song, and then it pans in. It shows a monk baptizing other monks. So you know, to show the monk the hoodies. So you see people standing in a circle with hoodies.
Hold on. Before you continue, let me get Jacob to write some notes.
Okay, I got the notes here. I'm ready.
Okay, well,
unless you have
I want
somebody
Jacob
else
to listen to what you're saying, so he
got
can
make his own notes. Okay. Here we are, man. Here we are, man. Purple Army, the video shoot.
All right. Well, Jacob's not here, so I'll pass it on to him. So we get some monk robes, we get some fucking all that shit. So okay.
Okay, so you're panning. You show the bald heads, you know, the two-shaped head guys, and then it pans to me on the streets, right? Because this is before the beat actually drops. So he says, "This is before you hear popping pills, hearing voices." At this point, I'm still saying shout out to my guys beside it. The ding, 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 ding. It shows me on the streets, and the mentality with me on the streets is because these are monks, and if you watch these movies, when it shows you know, this guy going to the monasteries, like somebody from out of town.
I'm here to interrupt the conversation with.
All right, shut the fuck up.
I like that. Somebody from out of town going into this monastery. So I'll be the guy from out of town going into this monastery, which you're baptizing somebody at, right? And then when I say popping pills, hearing voices, I'm at the door because I've gone to the monastery and somebody gives me some pills, popping pills, hearing voices. At this point, when I walk in, you don't want to try me. When I pop the pill, I'm imagining. So monks, monastery-like, it doesn't have to be monastery. Monks, me on the streets, popping pills, passed out from the pills, wake up from a pass out in the garden.
For your brain, why? Sarah, you said.
Right, wake up.
Energy.
Wake up from the pass out in the garden, right, with all of us sitting around. That
so we pass out. We wake up in the garden with the monks.
No, I wake up. No. I pass out with the monks. The monks give me the pill. Right, I go to a monastery and meet monks who give me pills. I pass out, and then I wake up in this garden, which brings back our garden conversation that you've been having for the past few days.
Like a molded milk's bar.
Shut the fuck up. So I wake up in this garden, surrounded by you and a bunch of other streamers. So like we have, you know, what's his name, Jim Carrey over here. Because right around this part, I'm about to say, I'm on YouTube, dude, these views got me rich. And when I say I'm on YouTube, dude, these views got me rich, I'll be giving you these chains or whatever it is, whatever you have, because you have to like floss. You gotta be like.
Do you have any women for the video?
Did somebody ask that?
Yeah.
I didn't bring any women.
Idea ZBZ. I have some desert robes on me.
Well, but you know, can't we can't tweet something and bring as many Purple Army.
Yeah, I mean, I'll make a tweet. All right, hold on. Let me make a tweet right now. Let's see if we can get any girls over immediately. Cause I got some girls I can bring over, but we need more than just like one. So hold on. Let me make a tweet. Chat, how many girls do you think this tweet will bring in here? All right, I mean, no money, but free exposure maybe. I don't know. We'll see. And free dick in their ass. All right.
This is seriously disturbing.
Somber, you know, like
me for a day. Wouldn't that be some fun shit? But this is connected to the Wi-Fi, so if I connect this to the Verizon box, I wonder if the internet would be good enough. Because 360, because there's two different cameras, obviously. You've been outside my patio for 3 hours. Because you went to Voldesat 3 hours ago.
Yeah, and I was showing.
And you tried to open the door without even knocking.
No, I was knocking.
That's not what I was told. I'm gonna go get some women. Alright, let's do this before it dies again.
Conversation, goodbye, as you
We
rudely
very
interrupted.
much appreciate
Paul,
it.
come on,
Thanks for
get
the
away,
stuff.
Paul, come on, she's me. Alright, do you want a number?
She's my
Wait,
neighbor.
do you want to give
No,
him?
she's not.
Leah.
Is she really?
about shit. I'm on YouTube, dude. These views got me rich. I done fucked a lot of hoes. Some be looking like raccoons.
There's just always gonna be a stream going.
Okay.
Yes. On the speaker?
Close the chat for a second. Just lower it first. I don't want.
You know, my own success. I want to help other people grow as well. And by which end, at the same time, pay for the rent of the house without me having to take money out of my own wallet. You know what I mean? Think about it like me sponsoring a getting a. I mean, he's. Why don't you make a?
XQC's here, dude.
Yo, what's up? How you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Oh, what up, dude? Hey, give me a hug, dude. Hey, good to see you, dog.
Good to see you. It's been a while, man.
I mean, I've never met you before, but I don't think.
Yeah, we were at the track party.
Oh yeah, that's right, dude. Wait,
crazy.
did you drive all the way here from where you live?
No, she did.
Oh, gotcha. So you were just staying with her.
Yeah, I just wanted to go outside.
Gotcha. Okay, so what's your name? Hi.
Adept.
Adept?
Yeah.
It's an interesting name. And what do you do?
I stream on Twitch.
Oh, of course.
I play a lot of Overwatch.
What is your content? What do you do?
I play a lot of Overwatch, Fortnite, and I stream IRL.
Don't worry, Joe. For Gray's coming, of course. But he's gonna have to continue streaming. All right. Well, let's do this. So we're doing a music video that's completely hood as fuck. So we need you to twerk. Do you do that?
No.
Hey, Andy, you said she was gonna twerk.
I
girls
can
around
try,
you.
but I'm not very good. I mean.
Well, so you
Are you two dating?
Dude,
no,
hell no.
Okay, so you don't care if she twerks.
Dude, what is this?
Oh, it makes the room smell good.
Jesus.
It's like incense. It's for the ladies when they come in.
Jesus. Oh, should we take our
So you get like fucking lumps and shit?
Yeah, no, you can take them off. Yeah. All right. So what are you willing to do? Just dance and shit?
Sure. Is it gonna be live stream the whole time?
Yeah, and then we have a professional camera crew out there.
Oh shit.
I mean, can you like just a little like? I don't know. Do you do that shit? Like, I know you do that shit. Come on, you got that ass.
I don't though.
Let me get the backpack. I got you.
We could. I don't know.
I mean, what are you willing to do?
I don't. This is so
What did
weird
Andy
because I'm
tell
like
you?
in a room and it's like, hey, I've never met you before, but what are you willing to do in front of
Well,
a live
what are you willing to do?
Oh shit.
I don't know. Let's just
No, I'm
start.
sorry,
Let's
listen,
just start.
What
and
did
we'll
Andy
just
tell
go
you
with it.
before you got here?
Okay, what?
What did he tell you?
Oh, I thought you were looking for females, like plural.
Yeah, females.
I assumed you're gonna bring some chicks, dude. So it's not as weird.
When you got
Like,
here.
of course, like dance, but like,
Yeah, dance.
I'm not a twerker.
Well, let's see your dance moves. Let's see.
No, this is so weird. No,
Are you gonna dance? What are you here for? Are you gonna dance or
I
not?
am, but it's like right here. I'm in a room with XQC and Andy.
These like dance trials. I like that, dude. We could use those too. These are sick.
Yeah, that's gonna work.
I mean, let's just see what you can do. Like, it's not like, I mean, how you gonna do it in front of the camera if you can't do it?
Yeah, we gotta practice.
I mean, those cameras are a lot more intimidating.
Yeah,
than
but
mine.
there's like gonna be music
One in
playing
the
at
traffic
least.
is one
Well,
Fresh
I
up.
mean, I can play some music. What
Got
you
you,
want?
boys.
Here, I'll play the music for the song.
This is so awkward.
I'll play the song we're gonna
So do you watch Ice Poseidon at all?
No, I don't.
It's not really that awkward.
dude.
Well, what kind of strings do you do?
What? That's not shots fired.
It is.
What kind of strings do
She's
you
a
do?
number 11 Reaper at one point in time.
Yeah,
That
it
was like
is.
11
Oh,
Reaper.
fuck's sake.
What? You play like what game?
Overwatch and
Over. Oh, God, what are you doing here? I'm joking.
That's me. Is this the song?
Yes. So I want you to dance to this, and let's see what you got.
I'm not like a video girl that's just gonna be like out here just like.
Well, you don't have to be like,
throwing it back.
you know, you don't have to be like a fucking thought. Like, just dance normally. Like, you know, just like,
This is so crazy.
just pretend you're on stream and you're paying donations.
I don't twerk for donations. I
Oh.
frag out and I like I'm good at the game. Like,
Play Just Dance.
Wait, hold on.
Frag
You're
out.
good at the game?
I'm good at the game.
Is she good at the game?
She is, yeah.
Like, what rank are we talking about?
I'm grand.
Andy.
No way, I had no idea.
You said you were bringing a titty streamer. What is that?
I said I'd bring a girl. I did not say that. I said I was bringing a girl. I don't know anything. Guys,
That is a titty streamer right there, bro.
Why don't stream like this?
That's good enough for anything.
you do a lot better if you stream like that, if I'm being honest.
That's what everyone says.
Get her feet, get her feet, get her feet.
No sexual feet shit.
Feet is not sexual.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm worried about
Can I
that.
get your feet?
So, like on Twitch.
Get his toes, get his toes, get his toes. Now it's just toes, dude.
All right, well, how about this?
Analytical.
We did a scene with a guy with long hair where he pretended to be a girl, where we were laying in bed and I was
Right,
popping
like that
pills.
is fine.
I was popping pills.
Yeah.
So we can redo that scene.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, so we haven't seen you practice yet. Like,
Camera guy.
What?
so we don't want to do a bunch of
Call me
takes.
camera guy.
You should practice first right
She's
now.
a plaid.
Off camera.
I'll fucking.
Yeah, you should
wonder
practice
what
off.
to do
Could you
right
carry me on Overwatch?
now. I could carry all of you.
Nice.
On Overwatch.
You don't just play like Mercy and stuff.
carry me?
No, I play. I'm
Can you piggyback
Nice.
carry me?
No, I don't think so.
I'm skinny.
I
You are
forgot
skinny.
people play Overwatch still.
I used to make DPS and now I make tanks, so I can actually carry you.
Do you still play Overwatch?
Yeah, you still play?
Yeah. It's kind of a dead game, but I still play it. I think it's still fun.
Play some Fortnite.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Oh, Chance said you're gay.
Fuck you, Chance. So, I mean, you weren't saying that when you laid in bed with me. All right, let's do this. So basically, where's Evie's the director with what she needs to be doing.
So this is that, is it the same shot we did on the bed?
The one in the bed, yeah.
I brought lip gloss. I think let me touch up.
I want to play this live. Yes, yes. Put the lip gloss on.
I am.
Yes, yes.
Is this the bathroom right here? Can I use
Fix the
this?
lip
Yeah,
gloss.
go for it.
Yeah, go.
Fix yourself some lip gloss.
Let's get the process. Let's get.
Before you put the makeup,
I'm just gonna film the process, or
let's figure out what kind of makeup. Is this the raccoon shot or not?
This is the raccoon shot.
the raccoon shot.
Raccoon.
What is a
Oh,
raccoon
the
shot?
raccoon.
What is a raccoon shot?
You're saying like with my makeup all spread
Wait, you
all
should
over
put your
the-
shoes on.
No.
Yes.
Maybe put your makeup like a raccoon.
Yes. Make yourself look whatever.
That should be like the last thing that we do.
I mean, you don't have to do that.
Are we doing
You can
multiple
just-
shots?
You can just look like that.
If we're just doing this
you know,
shot, we
normal.
just did a raccoon thing.
It's just a lyric. It's like if my ex-girlfriend looks like a raccoon.
It's a lot of eyeliner, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Should we go in there and film the
I mean, she doesn't have to look like a
process?
raccoon, but
Should we
I
go
mean, she
inside
looks
and
fine
film
the
the
way she is
process?
right now. What?
Should we go inside and film the process?
Yeah, let's go and watch the makeup.
Alright, you go
Hold on.
first, dude.
Before we do that, QC.
You know, it's Ice. Remember, the girl shot was just a dancing shot because we already have her.
Just get B-roll of
No,
her
but
dancing.
She doesn't want to dance.
No, you could dance, right?
You could just do whatever
Yeah,
makes the camera look fun.
Okay. I feel like I need music on.
You don't want, yeah, we don't put music.
Like,
you
because
don't,
just standing here, he's like, okay, dance.
She
You
said
know what
no,
I mean?
no,
I'm like,
for it.
okay, come on.
you don't
like,
want to mess up what you've done so far and start looking like a raccoon. So just look good as you are and just dance whatever you can. So let's put the music. Let's go this way then.
Yeah, I'm still gonna dance on stream.
I have a question to ask you.
What's up?
Now that I finally see you again.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Why did you say try hard 7?
I was thinking on the street.
Because which is what I say. I'm just like just waiting to wave. Everyone says it. I say it.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I thought too. Fuck it, dude. But all right, let's.
And I'm thinking,
You ready? Fixing your dress. All right, whenever you're
where
ready.
is she gonna do the dancing at?
In my room, on the bed, on the bed. Stand on the bed,
There it is.
and we'll all watch.
Oh, what?
We'll all watch. Actually, you should be rapping next to
I
her.
really thought it was gonna be more.
I got you.
Yeah, no, you're the only girl, unfortunately.
I realized.
I thought everyone was supposed to bring a girl, dude.
What?
There's one girl that showed up. One. That's it.
Yeah.
One girl.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I only showed up. I didn't
No
even
girl
show
showed
up
up and
because
just
of
like
you.
tried out and was like, nah.
that you've got on this week. And it's really, some of them, we don't talk about the things that you're going to talk about before we're on. But it's just amazing. It's staggering that the things that you want to talk about are the things that really, really get me excited. And the first thing that I wanted to talk about was your gadget of the week.
Yes.
Because it is amazing, because I know that, because I've got this on as well.
Okay, so for anyone who's ever taken a passing interest in pop music, there is one synthesizer that has been on so many tracks over the last, since about 1970 when the synthesizer was first released. It was released by a company called Moog, the head of which was Robert Moog, who's commonly accepted to be one of the fathers of modern synthesis. And the Moog Mini Moog Model D was a monophonic synthesizer. That's a small synthesizer that can play one note at a time. It was analog. And it featured on so many things. Kraftwerk used it on the Autobahn album. Gary Newman used it in his well-known sound. Dr. Dre on The Chronic. Bob Marley on Catch a Fire. I mean, did I mention Michael Jackson's Thriller? It was the bass on Michael Jackson's Thriller. I mean, this thing was on everything. And when it was launched, in today's money, that was about £10,000. And then Moog, who's still going, not Robert Moog, unfortunately, but the company was just still going, remade it using old components. Up until last year, they revitalised it in hardware form, and then it was selling for a mere £3,500. Unfortunately, they stopped making it last year because they ran out of the components that they needed. They really were using retro components in it. But in the last few weeks, they've announced the Mini Moog Model D as an app for iOS devices. And when I say iOS devices, I mean any 64-bit iPad, any 64-bit iPhone, even a 64-bit iPod.
Should we have a little listen to it?
Do you want to have a listen? Listen.
Have you got it there?
Have you got yours?
I've got. Well, I'm going to. We could be really silly, couldn't we? No, I was going to play the little promotion bit, which is this. Here we go. He says that. It has a certain tone, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So
you've got yours there on your machine.
Yeah, I know, and I'm not really musical. I love the tech more than anything, but I'll give you a blast. This is a preset that was used by Gary Newman, but. You get the idea.
I do.
It's got a big brassy, what are known as analog synthesis sounds. So these are not synthesizers that are designed to sound like, normal instruments. They are a sound all of their own. And the amazing thing is that this is a completely faithful recreation of the original, in that it does everything that the original can do, and it does it very closely. But in addition to that, it's got some extra tricks. Like, for example, the original, as I said, was monophonic, one note at a time. This one defaults to monophonic, but if you just flip a switch, it becomes 4 notes at a time. You can play chords on it, which in the past would have meant buying 4 of these things. And it's got compatibility for something called AUV3, which means if you use another piece of software to make your music, say Apple's GarageBand software or any of these other softwares that allow you to have a digital audio workstation, so you create music from different sources, you can have different instances of it, each of them playing up to 4 notes at a time. So you can have, Mini Moog number 1, Mini Moog number 2, Mini Moog number 3, and Mini Moog number 4, and all have them playing different patches and different sounds all at the same time. So it does all these additional things. It's got a built-in arpeggiator, which is when you hold the notes down as a chord and it plays them in sequence for you. So again, if you're not high on musical skill but you want to sound good, you just whack on the arpeggiator and there it goes. Now, the beauty is, as I said, £10,000 odd for the original, £3,500 for the recreation. This one is £11.99 on the App Store.
I think it's gone up. It has on mine.
Is it? It was
$14.99.
Has it gone up?
$14.99.
Has it gone up?
Yep.
Bargain.
It's still. I'm trying to work out. It's what 100th, 1,000th. I can't work out my decimal points.
Yeah, well, whatever. I mean, this falls under the category of it would be rude not to buy this, frankly, at that price. And I'm sorry, because I know that there are other great synthesizers out there. In fact, one of the real niche areas in which Apple leads the way over Android's Google-based devices is musical applications, synthesizers, drum machines, both recreations and completely original ways of synthesizing and recording music. And this is one of the greats, but there are many other producers out there. But this one is a classic.
Is it a classic though because it's not very good? Do you know what I mean by that? Because if you have, I mean, GarageBand is a program that's free, I think, now on all new Apple devices. I wish there was something for Android on it that was similar to it. But there you go. You've got GarageBand, and that has vocoders in it. It has all the synthesizers that you could possibly imagine, plus a load more. It has drum machines. It has real drums. It has strings. It has guitars that can play. It does an awful lot more than a synthesizer.
So GarageBand is a Swiss Army knife. In that sense, it's got all these different tools on it, but like a Swiss Army knife, not all of them are fully useful. Look, you asked me if it was very good or not. It is very good for two reasons. The Minimoog Model D. First of all, the actual quality of the sound it makes is very flexible because it has sounds are made up with oscillators. They produce waveforms that combine. The more oscillators, the richer the sound. A basic synthesizer has one oscillator. A good synthesizer has two. This has three. So that's what gives it that weight and heft to the sounds when you want it. So you can have extremely rich, heavy sounds that you want. Very punchy, brassy sounds. So the sounds are great. If by not very good you mean it doesn't have, it has patches, but the original didn't have any memories in it, so you just had to twiddle the knobs. And people would use China marker pens to mark the position of the knobs for each sound that they wanted to produce. Now, the benefit of that is instead of spending the whole day flicking through 2,000 patches to find the perfect bass or the perfect lead sound, with this, you're just drawn to play with the knobs, and of course with a touchscreen device you can actually use it as if it were the real device, and you become more creative immediately because you're creating your own sounds. You can use presets. We went through one or two of them earlier, but the real joy of an instrument like this is to tweak it, and it's very easy to learn to tweak this to make completely unique sounds.
It's a lovely thing. I used to have the first synthesizer. I didn't even buy it because I didn't have enough money because I was at school, but the first synthesizer that our band, who were called Entropy, you must have heard of them. You must have heard of them. We ever bought was a thing called a Wasp that didn't even have a keyboard. It just had. It was like
the Wasp.
You remember the Wasp?
Yes,
it was just a bizarre thing.
It was a monosynth. Yeah.
Monosynth, absolutely terrible. I think it cost. I think it was £200, which in those days was a fortune because we used to have it was in the days of sixpences in those days. It was so old. It was just a terrible thing. And I remember looking at the guy that was in my band going, "You're absolutely mad. You're never going to make any money with it." And lo and behold, wasn't I absolutely 100% wrong? And he went on to become Coldplay's producer.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I didn't.
And the Wasp synth now is a very collectible and very valuable synthesizer now.
Great, thanks.
Yeah, I just thought I'd point that out.
Thanks
it really
so much.
Is.
So even
and it was called the Wasp because it had that very raspy sound to it, by the way.
And it was black and yellow.
Yes, well, yes, okay.
It was one of the two. One of the two.
Yes. So the band was called Entropy.
Entropy.
What happened? Did they fall apart? Thank you. All right, I'll get my hat.
Right. I've just managed to lose on my. We had a text message in that was asking. I think it was Andrew in Huntington wanted to know whether or not dual SIM phones were a good thing. He's just come across them and didn't know much about them and wonders what you think about dual SIM phones.
Yeah, so dual SIM phones are smartphones that have two SIM slots in them. So a normal phone would typically would just have the one. The SIM is what allocates a phone number and a billing mechanism.
I'm just going to stop you there because we've got Andrew on the phone now because he wants to have a chat to you direct. And he can say it probably an awful lot better than me and tell you exactly what his problem is or what his concern is. Andrew, very good morning to you. Go, Fevsy's listening.
Morning, Andrew.
Hello, Fevsy.
Hi.
Hiya. I got a mobile phone recently with a dual SIM capacity, and I'd never even heard about dual SIMs. I was just wondering if you could explain a little bit more about them.
Sure. So a SIM card is what's necessary for you to have a phone number and for the company that provides you with that number to be able to bill you, either as pay as you go or on a contract. It's the billing mechanism. So if you've got a phone with two SIMs, then you can have two separate phone numbers working off the same handset. So a typical use for that perhaps would be to have one SIM card for your own private use and another one perhaps for work use, and without having to carry two handsets. And you can set it up so that if either number is dialed to reach you, that your phone will still ring, but typically it would ring with a different ringer sound, so you can tell whether it's your work phone or your home phone that's ringing, as it were, or your private phone. So it's used for those sorts of purposes. Sometimes another use might be you might have one SIM where it's a number that you give out to a wider group of people, and maybe a second SIM and a separate number that maybe only family members have, or a spouse has, or something like that, or dare I say, a lover. There are many uses for dual SIM phones. So I'm not suggesting that's you, by the way, Andrew. So stop sniggering at the back. And so those are the uses for two dual SIM phones. You sometimes see them in this country, but they're not nearly as common as they are in China and Japan, for example. They seem to be much more popular over there, but they can be had here. And sometimes you can import dual SIM versions of phones in this country that are usually single SIM.
Excellent, Andrew. I hope that sorted you out. They're a great thing if you can get them. Essentially, if you don't need two SIMs, though, really, are they?
Yeah, and the thing is, by the way, you don't have to put the second SIM in, so it's just something that you can, have as a feature if you need it.
Brilliant. If you want to get in touch with us, you can ring us tonight, 08085 909 693. Come on the air. We're all friendly here. Come and have a chat. Any problems you've got, it doesn't matter. I was going to say it doesn't matter how embarrassing it is, but that's really the wrong sort of message I want to do, because it's a technical phone in this, not a medical one. But if you have any issues at all, that just those slightly embarrassing things that you don't want to really talk to, I don't know, your son or your daughter or your partner or your wife or your husband or anything like that about. You just want somebody who's not going to giggle too much and make fun of you in any way at all. Come on air. Or you text us on 85058. Normal charges apply, and we're on social media as well. You can get in touch with Fevsy direct on @GadgetDetective. He's also on your website, gadgetdetective.com, isn't it? And you tend to archive an awful lot of what we're talking about on there so that we can find things out afterwards, because I don't know about you, but quite often during the night I'll suddenly go, that's what I wanted to talk about, and then I'll forget about it altogether.
And can I just say about those sort of slightly embarrassing questions, please don't be embarrassed to ask questions that you think are too easy. First of all, because I can answer them then, but also it's because in my experience, those are the questions that are most valuable to other listeners, because those are the questions that play on the minds of the most people. Not everyone is welcome with their questions, but if it's a basic question that maybe you're a bit worried about, then the odds are that there are thousands of other people who have a similar problem. Whereas if it's something very particular that you've been working with for 6 months and asked everyone and couldn't get an answer, that might only be of interest to one or two people. So please don't be shy of coming forward because you think the question is dumb or silly or too basic. Happy to answer any of those questions.
Brilliant. Now, one of the other things that we wanted to talk about tonight is about hotel door locks. Everywhere you go nowadays, it's one of those things where you put like a credit card inside the lock to open them up and to open your room up. And you're concerned about this. There are problems with them, aren't there?
Yeah. So these door locks haven't actually changed. A lot of the designs haven't changed in about 20 years. There's a Vision software product which is 20 years old that's been found to have been compromised for the last 12 years, and they've just found out now that it's possible to, and I won't go into great detail, but it's essentially possible to create a master key that will open any and all of those locks and not leave any record that they've been activated. The reason I mention this is not just to talk about hotel door locks, but it is to say that we live in an age where we continually look for more flexibility and convenience from our technology. But it is a general rule of thumb that the more convenient something is, often the less secure it becomes. We found that with cars, for example, that we've now got the ability to not only unlock a car at the push of a button, but also to start the car at the push of a button. And we've found that that there are now devices where they hold a box up to the window in your home. They activate the fob in your home, so it sends out the signal. It gets that signal and relays it to another box which is pointing into your car, which then unlocks and starts your car. And by the way around that is to put your key fob into a metal box which acts as a Faraday cage, so you can stick it in metal foil, you can stick it in the fridge, you can stick it in the microwave. Don't blame me if your fob gets ruined by any of those, by the way. But it's remarkable. And so now car owners with these very modern whiz-bang locking mechanisms have taken to buying crook locks. Do you remember crook locks from the 1970s? And other brands are available, but you know the sort of thing I mean, that one goes around the pedal and the steering wheel to stop it turning. And it's interesting because it links with a story that we saw again this week, that Amazon has started a service in 37 cities in America where Amazon will now deliver into the boot of your car. If you have the right sort of car that's compatible with their key app, then the deliverer can unlock your car using the app, put the package in your boot out of sight, and then shut it and lock it again and go. That's very convenient.
I'm just trying to lift my jaw off the floor.
Yeah. And it's very convenient, but what could possibly go wrong? And this is on the back of Amazon last year. I'm not singling out Amazon because Amazon is very innovative in this way, but think about what can happen. Similarly, for people who've got front door locks that can be controlled over Wi-Fi, that again, the person delivering can open your front door, put the package in your hallway, and close it again under the gaze of a camera. So you would have a camera. And it's interesting that Amazon bought Ring doorbells a couple of weeks ago as well. So amazingly convenient, because how many lost hours and days have we had waiting in for packages and all the rest of that? But you can imagine, I mean, what's your insurance situation if someone manages to open your front door? The general rule of thumb with house insurance is if there's no sign of a break-in, you're not necessarily covered. So the early generations of these products are often made. So I was looking at dishwashers the other day, and I noticed the one I liked, it had Wi-Fi. And I said, why has the dishwasher got Wi-Fi? Well, sir, you can use an app and you can start it from wherever you are.
You can press the button.
To which I said, unless the Wi-Fi can also load my dishwasher, it's probably not of great use to me. But the point is that, great though those brands are, they are not used to making secure software. They're not used to making any sort of meaningful software, actually, other than timers and so forth. So we have to believe that the first few generations, at least, of those are often going to have weak security. We've also seen this with cars, not just with the locking mechanisms, but now where certain controls of a car have got the ability to be controlled by the car's computer, so the steering and the brakes. So, for example, not just autonomous vehicles, but let's say a car that has the ability to parallel park for you. That means the computer has to have control of the steering and the brake. And I have seen proof of concept where a hacker has actually taken over controls of a car whilst it's being driven via wireless internet.
Skynet.
Yeah, well, we don't need robots to kill us under that circumstance, because that's humans hacking other humans. Right. So what I'm saying is these are very exciting developments, and I love my gadgets, but I would urge caution before running out and buying the first, the first few generations, and even a few years before they've got the bugs out, or at least until we know that they haven't, because these are critical systems, and often the legal infrastructure around these things has not caught up. That's one of the things holding up autonomous vehicles on our road, because when an autonomous vehicle is involved in an accident, who is responsible? Is it the owner? Is it the person who happened to be sitting in the driving seat but wasn't driving? Is it the software engineer or the company that employed the software engineer? You've got all sorts of problems relating to the business and economic framework, and the same with insurance, as I say, for homes. If you have one of these locks and you get broken into, will you be insured? Business and question.
Right. My hotel doors, going back to the hotel doors things, I'm always very keen on hotel security, because I travel around, especially overseas sometimes, and I have lots and lots of electronic equipment with me. I'm always very worried about hotel rooms. And really, there's no answer to the problem that you're saying of having the having a key that will unlock every hotel room just by touching against it. My 3 little tips on hotel rooms, if you're abroad, this is, when you've used your passport, don't ever give back your hotel door card to the reception, because when you register with the hotel, they put in the information that's on your passport onto the data strip on that card, which when you give it back to the hotel reception
now, and a lot of them either have Wi-Fi or you can create your own Wi-Fi in them, and it's possible to set up a small camera that not only will stream to the internet live, so even if they steal the camera, not only can detect movement, but can tell the difference between a message, and also you get two-way voice communication, so you can startle the person in the room via your smartphone. So you get a text within seconds, you open up a channel and you speak to the person, you tell them to put your things down, that they've been recorded, and to back away slowly.
I've done that with the front doorbell, and it really does freak people out.
I know,
it really
it is fantastic. But
great. Love it.
Great, by the way, for things like watching sort of elderly relatives from afar, if you've got
or winding them up as well.
Yes, I know, especially when you speak to them, it really does freak
really
them out.
Does. I'm joined by Fevzi Turkalb from gadgetdetective.com, or at Gadget Detective on social media. All night, you've been getting in touch with him at Gadget Detective, putting questions to him that I frankly don't understand, but he's here to solve the mysteries of the universe live on the radio. I still haven't heard a question that he can't answer, apart from what happened to Liverpool's defence in the last 10 minutes of the Champions League semi-final first leg. But let's get on. Right, this first question we've got, it's 2:36 in the morning before I start this question. Hi guys, just a quick question. It's John from Sherborne. What are the benefits and drawbacks of rooting? Oh, he's talking about mobile phones. I know it can invalidate any warranty, but apart from that, is there anything else that can go wrong? Love the show.
Okay, so if you root your handset, and that's ROOT, not ROUTE, that means that you get complete control of the filing system on your device, typically your smartphone. And what that means is that you've got complete control of what you install on your phone, where you install it, how things are structured. It also allows you access to those files and folders that the manufacturer doesn't normally let you see. There are certain files and folders that are invisible, which again gives you more ability to tweak the machine in a way that the manufacturer did not intend, so you can make it behave differently, look differently. That's called rooting. On iOS devices from Apple, they have a similar activity known as jailbreaking. And with jailbreaking, if you've got an iPhone or iPad, and this is not recommended, by the way, but what it does is it gives you the ability to download software from other sources, not just Apple's App Store. So again, flexibility, potentially convenience. You can make things, behave in the way that you want them to behave, but less secure, because once you've got software that's not from Apple's App Store, then it's more likely that it could have viruses or other malware inside it. It's more likely that it will not behave as it was meant to behave. So that's what can be done. a particular no-no on the Apple formats, but routing is still done. It's kind of a geeky thing to do. Most of us just buy our phones and use them in the way that they're intended to be used, and that's probably the best thing for most of us. I would put it this way: if you need to ask what routing a device is, you're probably not the best person to be doing it. And I don't mean that to be in any way insulting. I hope it doesn't sound that way, but it kind of tells you that you're probably not the person that needs to do it or would particularly benefit from doing it.
There's a television show which one of the episodes, they have a whole episode based on the fact that nothing good ever happens after 2 o'clock in the morning, and it's a little like that with routing, isn't it? In many ways, I've played around.
What time did we start this
I know
feature?
Exactly. I know.
What did we say?
I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying that's what they say. But so routing. I've messed around with it in the past. Many people do, and then they grow up and they don't do it quite so much because it does have a tendency to go wrong. It really does.
Yeah, and the other thing is when you then come to download the new version of the operating system, it usually undoes the routing, so you have to route it all over again. So, as I say, it's for enthusiasts who like tinkering, but it's not for making. Yep, go for it, Joel.
I feel really bad. I feel
so
really bad.
You've got an Xbox connected via HDMI.
HDMI into an HDMI television.
Yep.
And my brother, who lives in Germany, has a PlayStation 3. And we've kind of always talked about, we should have a game. I finally got a PlayStation 3. And I plug it in, there's the same output that the Xbox goes into, but it says the mode isn't supported. I was just wondering, is it because the TV's a bit old, or?
Yeah, it could be that it's. There are different generations of HDMI, and not all the features are backwards compatible. So it could be that. Could actually even be the use of the cable. If you try a different HDMI cable, and again, not all HDMI cables are the same. There are different standards to HDMI 1.4, 2.0, for example. So it's worth trying a more modern cable. Sometimes it's also to do with copyright protection. If the material that you're trying to send out via the HDMI port is copyright protected, if it thinks you're trying to record it, for example, it may object. So it's worth experimenting with, but it's probably not a fault as much as an incompatibility.
Excellent. Yeah, no, that was my thing. That was my thing. To end the text message, it said, if a new television, which kind of sounds what I think it is. I'm so stingy. I've had the TV years. It once was a great TV, a big Samsung. Mm-hmm. But as you say, HDMI has moved on, and that was my fear, the not supported section, because PlayStation is Blu-ray, and perhaps the television isn't up to that standard of HDMI.
Well, a standard HD television will be able to display Blu-ray, but if, for example, it were trying to output something higher resolution, it may object. So it depends on what is being squirted out of the HDMI socket on the console, what is the cable it's going through, and what is the television that it's connected to capable of displaying. Unfortunately, it's not like, you buy a CD, you pop it in a CD player, it'll always work. There are these different aspects that can lead to incompatibilities, unfortunately.
Absolutely. It's a shocker. What television would you recommend for a cheapskate like myself?
For a cheapskate? Well, look, even with the big brands, people like Sony and Samsung, for example, they also have affordable televisions. So, and particularly one of the nice things is that because now we have 4K televisions, that's to say televisions that have got 4 times as many dots on them as a standard full HD screen. Yeah, so it's the equivalent of 2 by 2 built into the TV screen. So because those have come along, the standard HD ones, the what are known as with 1080 lines those have
1080i, 1080p.
Yeah. So as a minimum, you'd want something that's 1080p. The I stands for interlace, which means that the picture is flickers a little bit more than a 1080p. But the point I was trying to make was that with the advent of these higher resolution 4K screens, which not everybody needs, and certainly not at the budget end, that the standard full HD models, the 1080p's, have dropped in price. So it's quite possible to get that at a decent price, even from Sony or Samsung, LG also make very good screens. The other thing to bear in mind is, how much connectivity do you need? Because often, as you go up in the range from a particular manufacturer, one of the things that improves is the number of sockets it's got. So you can get ones with, 2 HDMI sockets on it, but others with 4 or more. If you're never going to need more than 4, and you need to watch your budget, then you could try and go for a model that maybe has a little bit less connectivity, but still maybe has the same screen as the next model up. So with a bit of research, my friend,
you'd probably have a nightmare if you could see what I'm looking at right now. It's like a corner of wires, and that Freeview and an Xbox and a PlayStation and a Hi-Fi. It's just it's shocking. It's shocking.
So maybe you need to
cut it down to one TV, but it's all old stuff. It's kind of all old stuff that's somehow I probably should have thrown away. Like it's old Xbox 360, an old DVD player, all these sorts of things. I mean, if I'm going to have to upgrade those at some point, then what's the specific function? Do you think the Xbox Ones require 4K TVs, or do you think I could go lower?
No, they don't. No, they don't. And the other thing I would say to you is, when you're buying your TV set, because of what you just told me about the amount of old equipment, you need to make a choice. Are you going to start getting rid of the equipment that outputs analog signals? So HDMI it carries the digital signal. SSDVI. Because if you're going to continue to use the analog, then you need to have a TV that has some of those legacy inputs on it as well, the old analog inputs, and they do exist. You get ones that have got SCART and HDMI. I mean, they're harder to find, but they do still exist. But I would say, at the point of going for a new TV, unless you're particularly wedded to a piece of old kit, I'd say it's an opportunity to have a clean broom and start to move out some of the older analog equipment.
Brilliant, Joel. Hope that's sorted for you. That's great. The time now 2:46, and Mike is in the Liverpool area on Merseyside. Very good morning to you, Mike. How are you?
Good morning.
Right, you have a specific problem, and it's quite an interesting one. And I don't think that you're in any way unique in this one at all. Do you want to go and ask? I don't think I'm.
No, I'll explain a brief scenario as to what happened. Well, the problem's now been resolved. It was concerning my wife's iPhone. She managed to lock herself out of it completely by entering the PIN codes incorrectly too many times now. I'm partly culpable because, due to all the circumstances, I will take over the device with consent and pen out emails for it, but that's not the purpose of this call.
Yeah.
So I forgot to change the gestures back so that, well, just to explain to listeners, the voiceover feature, you can have it so that you touch typing where it's quicker, but not quite a fail-safe. Now, I forgot to change it back to the more cumbersome gesture from my point of view. And she entered the PIN code incorrectly too many times, and the device was completely locked out.
Yes.
It was showing the message, the iPhone disabled. Now, I managed to recover the situation with an old device. I used to find my iPhone to trash it and restore it from a backup, and then all was back to normal.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to know was, if I didn't have a second device, would there have been a way of rescuing the situation in this circumstance?
Right. So, Mike, you could have rescued it in that you could have reset the phone, but that would have meant losing the contents unless you had a backup. So you could, for example, have connected it up to a computer running iTunes, be it Windows or a Mac, and you could have done a forced restart and caused it to restore, but then that would have restored it to factory settings. So you wouldn't have lost your device in that you could start anew, but you would have lost any data that you didn't have backed up.
So what's the process for doing a forced restart?
A force reset.
Yeah, so you connect an iPhone
to iTunes.
To iTunes. Whilst it's connected, you do. There's an option to restart it. It appears on the screen. When you see the option to restore or update it, you choose the restore option, and then you just simply wait for the process to finish. So, but then, as I say, that will then leave you with a factory restored machine, i.e., all the data wiped. So and that's one of the, that's why, for example, that the FBI have problems when they arrest people and they want to get into their phone and they don't have the PIN number, and if the phone is set up to either don't forget some with iPhones you can either set them up to lock the person out, or you can set them up to actually automatically erase after a number of false inputs of the PIN number as well, or incorrect inputs. So sometimes it wipes itself down anyway, depending on how it's been set up. And this is not trivial. I mean, the whole point of security, Mike, is that if something is secure, it's secure for everybody, and it means even it's secure for you. So you can't. That's why when governments talk about having back doors to encrypted communication, that's not possible, because once you provide a backdoor to a device or a communication, that means others can also take advantage of it. But conversely, if the mechanism is secure, it also won't let you in either, unless you know what the PIN is. So it is a byproduct of the strong security on the iPhone that there's no conventional way around it. There are ways. I mean, if you're the FBI and want to pay a few £1,000s to, an Israeli company that can hack your phone open, then you can do that. But for us mere mortals, by and large, we're deemed to have lost the contents.
Brilliant, Mike.
Unfortunately, I had a backup, so it was no problem.
Yeah.
But just a point of advice for your listeners: if you do this, if you use Find My iPhone.
Yeah.
It doesn't remove the activation lock, so if you don't know your Apple ID password, then you're trumped anyway.
Yeah, and by the way, that's the same problem as if you forget the password on your backup. You can't get into your backups anyway. It's as if you don't have a backup.
Brilliant. Mike, hope that's all sorted out for you. Thanks very much indeed for your call. Few emails have been coming in. Dear Fevsy, is it okay to upgrade to Sierra yet? Now, this is an Apple question. My 2012 MacBook Pro is within the specs for the upgrade, but is a bit sluggish, and I'm a little concerned about the extra resources that Sierra will need. Thanks. That's from Sue in Leicester.
So, Sue, Sierra is a version, as you will know, of the Mac OS operating system. It is the Mac equivalent to Windows, if you like. So it's the software that gives the computer its core functionality before you install any applications to do specific tasks. It is not the latest version. The latest version, as you're probably aware, is High Sierra. Sierra is not a bad one to go for. So there's always a balance. Okay, so the things that you have to balance when choosing this is what likely effect will that upgrade have on how well your computer runs, because occasionally Apple allow iPhones and Macs to update to a version that then turns them into a three-legged dog. Effectively, they struggle along, and it's a shame that they allow it in a way, or at least that they don't warn people. So you need to do some research on your specs. You need to find examples. There are some good websites like Mac Rumors spelt the American way, and Every Mac as well, which is a very good website. Now those sites will have forums where people will discuss their experiences of that OS, that operating system on your spec of machine. I would say 2012, you're probably still okay. You probably will see some slowdown, but you may be able to, depending on what the specs of your machine are. For example, in 2012, you probably would have had it come with a physical hard drive with a rotating disk inside it. If you still do that, then one very good update for you would potentially be to go to a solid state drive, which replaces the hard drive with a drive that's much faster and has no moving parts. Now, that in itself would offset some of the loss of speed. The other thing is you could, for example, if you only had, say, 4 gigabytes of memory, you could upgrade that to 8 gigabytes. That would also help. So I would say do a bit of research before you jump to it. The other thing that you need to look at is the software that you use. Is the software that you use compatible with Sierra? Because some older titles don't get updated to be compatible. Equally, as titles are updated, the ones that are updated, they may cease to be compatible with the older ones. So eventually you may be forced off your existing operating system. I mean, if it was from 2012, I'm guessing, was it Lion or Mountain Lion version that you would have been running? Soon, you know, a lot of modern applications won't run on the older operating system and you'll be forced to update. So it's kind of balancing those considerations, and it's based on what are your specs now. Are you able to spend any money on upgrading the spec if necessary? And what specific software are you running?
Now, there's another thing that I've just been, while you've been talking there, I've just been digging around as well, because it rang